Hey guys, this is Caroline and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down at the bottom and let me know if you like this or you don't. The video, that is. So today I'm going to be brutally honest about my opinions towards not necessarily getting over the narcissistic wound, but basically just, we all have our own time that we grieve. And basically with narcissistic abuse, you do have to take time to grieve after you've established what they are, what they've been doing, knowing that the entire relationship is pretty much based on a lie because of them not being an authentic person. And I think that the most important thing about leaving a narcissistic relationship is making sure that you don't become vengeful. Because they always say, if you're going to seek revenge, you better dig 2 graves. And that could not be more true. Let me just tell you, you don't want to get caught in the whirlwind of doing exactly the same type of vicious and malignant shit that they do to you. You don't want that. And you know what? The thing that makes a narcissist the most crazy is when they cause all of these destructive things, bash you, ruin your reputation, and then you still live happily because they try to destroy you. That's why they say that it is a mental illness, because there's a person that is dedicated and feels good and gets a high from causing other people pain. And that is a very sick addiction to have, but it's very real. And once people can kind of understand that dynamic of narcissism, it makes it a little bit easier, in my opinion, to be able to deal with, because you know what you're dealing with. And I just want to say that I am not knocking anybody for the amount of time that they need to grieve. We all are different. We all need certain things to be able to move on. And it's very hard. I know it's hard because it took me a few years and I couldn't get out of the feeling sorry for myself phase. And I couldn't get over the fact that I was just, taken back by the fact that this person has caused so much pain to me. I mean, can you believe it? What am I supposed to do? He keeps doing it. And until you take your life back and really start to see how important it is to just move on from them and go no contact if possible, or limit your contact if you have to be around that person or speak to that person at some point. I don't know, some of you may be, family members of a narcissist, or you may have children with a narcissist. Any of those complications that could potentially keep you from going no contact. But it's one of those things that it's time to get your life back, because these people thrive on your pain, and that is the most disgusting part about all of it. And it's beyond anything that I would ever think would make somebody happy, but there's actually more people out there like that than you would think. So that's the scary part. But it's time to get your life back and to just be thankful that you've found out that this person is what they are, which is a narcissist, not their fake, persona of who they are, which is all blatant lie, but just the fact that this person has a mental illness if they have true NPD. And some people don't like to categorize it as a mental illness. I believe that it is, because I don't think that that is a normal way to act. And even though you're not born a narcissist, I still believe that it could be in the same category as a mental illness. Especially because it's one of those things that, you can't even medicate people that have narcissism. There's no pill that makes you into a good person. There's just not. And that is something that needs to be addressed at some point. That it's like, once you've gotten to that point, you can't change the person. They're out to make you miserable, which is so disgustingly sick. That makes it a little bit easier, I think, in the back of your mind to maybe be like, okay, this person isn't playing with a full deck. It's time to move out. It's time to run. And then get the hell out of there. Because you don't want to be caught in the crossfire of all of their damage, because it only gets worse. And that's the thing people need to realize. It never gets better with a narcissist. And there may be times when it's quiet and when they're acting nice and when they're just being normal. And that might confuse you. And you may start to think, is this person really a narcissist? Or maybe I was wrong. And it's like, no, hell no. You're not freaking wrong. You know in your gut that this person is that way and they're not going to change. And they go through these like kind honeymoon kind of phases where they just want to keep you and reel you in just to confuse you and keep you off balance and not on your toes. And then they strike again. And then it's like it happened all over again. And let me tell you, I started to feel insane when this person would create chaos and confusion in my life. I started really, really thinking that I was going nuts. Because I'm like, did that just really happen? And then I start to question my reality. And I think that that was the most irritating part of the whole thing, is that somebody had me question my own reality. And I couldn't get over that, to be completely honest, for the first couple years. And then I saw this person, you know, with a new person and happy. And I'm like, why the hell do these people get to be happy? And then I'm still suffering after this whole thing is just like, it's changed. The whole situation's changed. And I feel like I was the good guy. They were the bad person. They're the ones that get to be happy, and I'm stuck depressed. But then I have to remember that that is not what I want for my life. They want that for my life, but I don't want that for my life. I want to be happy and productive and a good parent and just a good person, like I know that I am. Because I'm not out to hurt people. I want to help people. And this person that is putting these things into my head, telling me I'm undeserving and that I'm a bad person, and just coming from them, you really have to consider the source, because the source is like pure evil. That's what I consider them. And it's not somebody that I would ever take advice from, especially life advice or any kind of character advice about who you are as a person. It just doesn't pertain to you. And it's really none of their business to even be giving some sort of life advice to anybody anyway. They're the last people you should ever listen to. And I'll repeat that. The last person you should listen to about any comment about yourself is a narcissist. Because all they're trying to do is tear you apart and watch you suffer. And that is a sick individual. And these things that I'm talking about, like the people that consider themselves the best people on the planet are typically narcissists, if you've noticed. The ones that constantly talk about themselves, their achievements, take credit where credit's not even due, and totally just make everything about themselves. You probably should look a little closer and see the telltale signs, because there's a big difference between having narcissistic traits, which all of us have some of, and actually having narcissistic personality disorder. It's very different. And there needs to be a psychologist or a therapist or counselor of some sort that is trained and specializes and certified to be able to diagnose that for real. Because all the people that go out there and say, oh, this person's a narcissist, this person, that person, it's like, unless you have a degree in psychology of some sort and you're trained about what a narcissist is, you have no business diagnosing people. And that's not to say that you can't go with your gut and know that that's probably what this person is and just keep your distance. But the ones that are completely NPD, those are the ones that cause the most destruction in people's lives. And I just want to make that abundantly clear that these people are the ones with that psychological mindset that get pleasure when causing other people pain. And that's very important. And I just want to tell you guys that this does get better once you can detach yourself. I mean, either emotionally, physically, both, whatever. You will have freedom again someday. And it's not going to be immediate, because it's almost like you're grieving somebody that died, but it wasn't even a real person to begin with. It was a fake relationship, and it was one-sided. And just know how much more you guys deserve than this crap that they've thrown your way. In no way, shape, or form does a beautiful person like yourself deserve to be treated so horribly. And please know that. Please know that you guys are not alone. And you guys can take as much time as you need to heal, because it's important to fully heal. And now that we have the blessing and the education and knowledge to know the signs of what these people are like, our next relationship or our next interactions with a narcissist that has to be in our lives can be much better. And we'll just know that happiness is the thing that we strive for the most, and that we're happy when other people are happy. And that's something to really be proud of, that you can have those happy feelings and that you don't get pleasure out of other people's misery, because that's just a horrible thing. And you guys deserve the peace and time to heal. And it took me a few years that I was irritated at first, that I feel like I wasted on, just spending angry at that specific person. I wish that I could go get those years back. But in reality, it was such an important thing for me to go through. I mean, I wish it didn't take me so long, but it was so important for me to go through that, to truly heal and find out more about myself than it was to just act as if it had never happened. And I'm so thankful, very thankful, that I am no longer under that person's thumb of abuse and all their lies and manipulation. Because now, if I'm on the phone with that person, all I have to do is hit the end button and it's over. It's the easiest thing. It's great. And this person has seen how happy I've been for the past few years. And let me just tell you how much it bothers that person, even though I could give a rat's ass what that person even thinks or feels or whatever. I mean, if he's going to be angry at the fact that I'm happy, that's on him. None of my business what he feels like. That's not my affair to deal with. So just know that it gets better, guys. And please like and subscribe down at the bottom and let me know your comments and feedback. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video, and I truly appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.